You know that feeling when your phone is working perfectly fine and then a new model drops and suddenly, out of nowhere, your phone feels slow. The camera looks worse. The battery seems like it's draining faster than it used to. You start noticing every little scratch on the screen that you never cared about before. Nothing actually changed. Your phone didn't change overnight, but everything feels different. Everything feels lesser. That is not a coincidence. That is a billion-dollar strategy. And by the time this video is over, you are going to see it so clearly that you will never be fooled by it again. Let's get into it. So I want to start with a story that I think most of you are going to relate to instantly. Imagine you just bought a new laptop. You saved up for it, you did your research, you picked the one that was right for you. And when you open it for the first time, you love it. It is fast, it is clean, everything works. You are genuinely happy with it. Now fast forward 6 months. A coworker walks into the office with the newest model, thinner, lighter, brighter screen, and you glance down at your laptop, the one you were obsessed with just 6 months ago, and for the first time, it looks a little thick, a little outdated, a little slow. But here's the thing. Your laptop did not change. Not one single thing about it changed. What changed was your perception of it. And that shift in perception was not an accident. It was engineered. This happens with phones, televisions, gaming consoles, smartwatches, earbuds, cameras, you name it. And it costs the average person tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime without them ever realizing it's happening. That is what we're talking about today, the upgrade illusion. Now, before we get into the mechanics of how this works, I want to tell you something important. If you have ever felt this way, if you have ever found yourself suddenly dissatisfied with something you loved just weeks earlier, you are not weak, you are not irresponsible, you are not bad with money. You are human. And these companies have spent billions of dollars studying exactly how to make you feel this way. They have entire teams of psychologists, behavioral economists, and marketing experts whose only job is to create this feeling inside of you. So let us give ourselves some grace first, and then let us learn how to fight back. The first thing you need to understand is a concept called planned obsolescence, and this one is real. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is documented, this has been proven in courts of law, and it is happening right now to the device you're probably watching this video on. Planned obsolescence is when a company intentionally designs a product to become less functional over time. Not because technology has to work that way, but because it's more profitable for the company if it does. The most famous example happened with Apple. A few years ago, it came out that Apple was deliberately slowing down older iPhones through software updates. They admitted it. Their explanation was that it was meant to manage aging batteries and prevent unexpected shutdowns. And maybe there is some truth to that, but what people noticed and what made everyone so angry was the timing. Every single time Apple released a new iPhone, the older models seemed to get slower, right on schedule, right when you were starting to think about upgrading. Now, whether that was fully intentional or partially coincidental, it doesn't matter. The effect was the same. Millions of people felt like their phones were broken. Millions of people went out and bought new ones, and Apple made billions. But Apple is not alone here. This is an industry-wide practice. Software updates that are designed for new hardware get pushed to old devices and slow them down. Apps get updated to take advantage of new processors and suddenly run sluggishly on anything older than 2 years. Manufacturers stop providing security updates after a certain point, which means your device becomes vulnerable, which means you feel like you have to upgrade just to stay safe. It is a system, a very well-designed, very profitable system. Now, the second strategy is even sneakier than the first one. It is called perceived obsolescence, and this is where the psychology gets really fascinating. Perceived obsolescence is not about making your device actually work worse. It is about making you feel like it works worse. It is about making you feel like you are behind, like you are missing out, like the thing you have is no longer good enough. even when, by any objective measure, it absolutely is. Think about smartphone cameras for a second. Every single year, phone companies release new cameras with higher megapixel counts. And the ads are incredible. They show you these stunning cinematic shots, close-ups of raindrops, slow motion of a hummingbird's wings, sunsets that look like paintings. And you look at those images and you think, I want that. My camera does not look like that. But here's the truth. Going from a 48 megapixel camera to a 50 megapixel camera is a difference that the human eye cannot detect in any real-world usage scenario. It is a number change, not a quality change. And yet that number, combined with beautiful marketing, is enough to make millions of people feel like their current camera is inadequate. The same thing happens with screen refresh rates, processing speeds, battery capacity, all of it. The improvements are real, technically, but the difference they make in your actual daily life is almost always marginal. You wouldn't notice it if nobody told you about it, but once they tell you, once they show you, once they make you feel it, that's all you can think about. And then there's the third strategy, which might be the most expensive one of all, the ecosystem trap. This is when a company creates a web of interconnected products that all work together seamlessly. Your phone talks to your laptop talks to your smartwatch talks to your earbuds connect instantly the moment you open the case. Everything is smooth, everything is integrated, everything just works together. And that's genuinely great, I'm not going to pretend it's not. But here's what it also does. It makes leaving feel almost impossible. Because if you switch one product, suddenly that seamless experience breaks. Your devices stop talking to each other. You lose features. You lose convenience. You feel like you're taking a step backward. So you stay, and you upgrade within the ecosystem. And you buy the new version of the laptop because it works better with the phone you already have. And you buy the new earbuds because the old ones do not pair as quickly with the new phone. And before you know it, you've spent thousands of dollars inside a single brand's universe, and you feel like you cannot leave even if you wanted to. That's not an accident. That ecosystem was designed. The convenience is real, but the dependency is intentional. Now, let's talk about real numbers, because this is a finance channel, and this stuff adds up in ways that should genuinely shock you. The average person upgrades their smartphone every 2 to 3 years. The average cost of a flagship smartphone right now is somewhere between $800 and $1,200. Let's call it $1,000 to keep it simple. If you live to be 75 and you start upgrading phones at age 20, that's 55 years of phone ownership. At a 2-year upgrade cycle, that's roughly 27 phone purchases. At $1,000 each, that's $27,000 spent on phones across your lifetime. Now add laptops. The average person buys a new laptop every 3 to 4 years. At a cost of $1,000 to $1,500, that's another $15,000 to $20,000 over a lifetime. Add tablets, add smartwatches, add wireless earbuds that are somehow $250 now and last about 2 years before the battery gives out. Add gaming consoles, add smart televisions. We're talking about a total lifetime tech spend that for the average person can easily reach $75,000 to $100,000. And that's in raw spending. That's not even accounting for what that money could have grown into if it had been invested instead. If you invested just $1,000 a year, the cost of one phone, into a basic index fund over 30 years at an average annual return of 8%, you would have over $120,000 from $1,000 a year, just from skipping one unnecessary phone upgrade every single year. That is the real cost of the upgrade illusion. Not just the money you spend, but the money you never get to grow. So let us talk about what you actually do about this, because awareness is great, but I want to give you something practical that you can act on today. The first thing you can do is extend your upgrade cycle by just 1 year. Not forever, not dramatically, just 1 year. If you have been upgrading every 2 years, go to 3. If you upgrade every 3, go to 4. That one extra year per device cycle across all your devices over your lifetime is worth tens of thousands of dollars. It is one of the highest leverage financial decisions you can make, and it costs you nothing except a little patience. The second thing is to replace components before you replace the whole device. Most people do not know this, but a battery replacement for a smartphone typically costs between $50 and $80, and in most cases, a fresh battery will make a 2- or 3-year-old phone feel almost new again. Before you spend $1,000 on a new phone, spend $70 on a new battery and give yourself another year or two with the device you already have. The same logic applies to laptops. Adding more RAM, swapping to a solid-state drive, cleaning out the fans, these are relatively inexpensive fixes that can dramatically extend the life of a machine and save you from buying a replacement. The third thing is to buy last year's model. Whatever just came out, last year's version of that exact same product exists. It does almost everything the new one does, and it costs significantly less. Last-generation iPhones are often $200 to $400 cheaper than the current model. Last-generation laptops are frequently on sale with steep discounts. You lose almost nothing in terms of real-world functionality, and you save a substantial amount of money every single time. The fourth thing is to create a rating rule for yourself. Whenever you feel the urge to upgrade, make a rule that you have to wait 30 days before making any decision. What you'll find almost every single time is that the feeling fades. The excitement from the launch event, the buzz from the reviews, the social media hype, it all dies down. And when it does, you're left with a clear head and a much easier time making a rational decision instead of an emotional one. And the fifth thing, maybe the most important thing, is to start asking yourself one simple question every time you feel the upgrade itch. Ask yourself, is my device actually broken, or does it just feel old? Those are two completely different situations. A broken device is a real problem that might genuinely require a solution. A device that just feels old is a psychological experience that was manufactured by a marketing department. One of those justifies spending money. The other one absolutely does not. I want to end with something a little deeper because I think there's a bigger conversation hiding underneath all of this. We live in a culture that has convinced us very effectively that having newer things makes us better, more successful, more relevant, more worth taking seriously. And that belief is costing us our financial futures. The person with the newest phone is not wealthier than you. They might actually be broker than you, because wealth is not about what you display. Wealth is about what you keep. Wealth is about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Wealth is about the investments, quietly growing in the background while everyone else is standing in line for a product launch. The most financially successful people I have ever seen are not the ones with the newest everything. They're the ones who stopped playing the game, who learned to find genuine satisfaction in what they already have, who directed their money toward things that actually matter: security, freedom, time, peace of mind. Every single time you resist an unnecessary upgrade, you are not being cheap, you are being intentional. You are choosing your future over a feeling that was designed to take money out of your pocket. And that, honestly, is one of the most powerful financial habits you can build. So the next time a new device drops and that familiar itch shows up, and it will show up because these companies are very good at what they do, I want you to remember this video. I want you to remember that the feeling is not organic. It was created. It was placed inside of you deliberately by people who get paid to do exactly that. And now that you can see it, you have a choice. You can keep paying for the illusion, or you can keep that money, invest it, grow it, and build a life that no new phone release can shake. The upgrade is not the flex. Knowing you don't need it, that's the flex. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you want more videos like this, practical, honest conversations about money and the systems quietly working against you, make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.